Hey guys, Optimus Prime 86 here for another very exciting unboxing and review. Yes, as you can see, the new Earthrise Skorponok. It has been acquired. So that is number 5. I don't think, one second, I'll pan with the camera. So we have Triptychon over there in the corner, Fort Max there by the TV. And if I bend the box down, Omega on top of the shelf, and Metroplex, my most recent short of Skorponok, of course, acquisition Titan-wise. And now we're adding the last and 5th one, at least until the Arc comes out. So yes, of course, if you haven't heard yet, it hasn't really been confirmed, but officially, technically, but Hasbro did release a picture of Kingdom showing the different figures that will be part of the block. And there were rumors already that the Ark was going to be the next Titan because it's been predominantly featured in a lot of the packaging art and stuff like that for that line. But not only that, that picture that they released, the Titan is in the picture, and the front of his legs, you can clearly tell that is the thrusters at the back of the Ark. So it is more than likely that the next Titan, number 6, is actually finally going to be a Hasbro version transforming of the Ark, which I would be very, very, very excited if that really became reality. So let's cross our finger. Hasbro, if you hear us, please go ahead with this. This would be awesome. So now, back to our current review. Skorponok, the beast that he is. Another thing that I'm going to be reviewing, and that's going to come up on the channel that is related, is Weapon, Fast Track, that we're going to review later. But today, let's focus on His Majesty himself. So, let's look at the packaging first for a little closer. So we do have the beautiful Earthrise artwork on the front. Just the Transformer Trilogy logo and the Decepticon logo on the top. On the end, the rest of the box art, which is Megatron. And a lot of people have been asking, why is Megatron firing at Skorponok? But it is really known in the fandom that they do not like each other. So that probably has something to do with it. The Earthrise box side art, standard. And then, of course, the mandatory product shots at the back of Robot, Headmaster, and then Headmaster to Headmaster. And then the base and the Scorpion mode. And then underneath, just black, which is basically finishing the artwork. So without further ado, let's break him out of his cardboard prison. Well, I need a knife for this one. No, I think I'll be good. And that's usually why I break the seal before the review. There we go. Okay, so I'm so excited. Let's pull this up. I hope that, like Omega, there is no stickering to do on this one. But if there is, expect to see a stickering video. The one for Metroplex is actually done. Because if you take a look closely, you can see that the stickers are on. The video has been done. It will be released on the channel. I have some content already planned ahead for a little while, and I'm debating if I'm going to be using it as regular content and just push it out, which would be at the end of January at this point, with what I have already planned on the channel, or make it maybe like some kind of a holiday special and release it over the holidays to give you guys maybe something to do at home if you haven't stickered yours yet, or if you just want to watch me sticker mine and struggle finding out where the stickers go. So, here comes first our map piece for those who collect such things. The instructions are also underneath the bot, like in most cases. And then in the box. Let me pan out with the camera. Here he is, looking all Titan-ish and tall. So let's back up a little. That's a little too much. There we go. Sterilize the legs. I really need to replace this tripod soon. All right, and now let me grab something appropriate to cut the ties. So let's lay them down. Oh, it's some of those. Let me see. Well, that should be easy. So these ones are the ones that are just simply attached in the back, kind of like with a knot, and you can just undo. Saves me some trouble. So let's... There we go. That's one. Undo it. Next one. Oh, they really do make these a little complicated sometimes. There we go. They really don't want people to be stealing them. Which I don't blame them. Because apparently I've seen in Facebook groups, some people do apparently make it out of stores with Titans. Like advice seen in Facebook, I don't mean that someone stole one and then bragged on Facebook, but someone bought one and received an empty box. Somebody had already pillaged of its content. So either it was done at the store somehow, or someone at customer service really messed up when they returned it and didn't check that there was something in the box. Which, I mean, either cases would not surprise me. This is 2020 we're talking about. Come on. There we go. That one's undone as well. Sorry about the delay, guys. Let's see how fast I can get it done, and then you guys can try to beat my time. Make it interactive videos. Fun for hours for everyone. There we go. This one over here. There we go. This one down here. There we go, last one. This feels like the kind of challenge they would give you on like shows like Big Brother and shit, stuff like that. You have first team to untie all the ties on their transformer. Wins power of veto. And there we go. So let's break it free. And take him out of his box. There we go. Then these might require a knife. So here we are. Battle effects. There we go. Sorry we went for the trip there, guys. I did not expect that. go. And the head, which is all boxed up. Weasel, break it free. Here we are. And that's what they were showing at the back there. There's 2 headmasters. I'll come to that in just a minute when we go through all the pieces. There's also this piece held in here. Careful not to scratch the paint. Alright, oh, the battle effect fell. Not the only one. There's something else here as well. Ah, cannons are in here. Which I believe go on the shoulders. Whoops. Well, that was a live one. This is a fun review so far. So there we go. It really fires. Thank you guys. I'll be here all week. Don't forget to tip your waitress. There is the bag that I was looking for. I'm looking for the rest of the battle effects. There we go. Let's break them free. And for those of you who also like to decipher the Cybertronian code, the red little window there comes in this bag as well. So there we are. And that's it for pieces. So let's get rid of the packaging. Well, not in my case, I'm not going to get like rid of it, but I'm just going to put it away for the moment and then put it in storage later. These Titans and rarer pieces like master pieces and stuff like that. Especially the Earthrise and Siege line as well, because the box art is so beautiful. I kept all of the boxes for that. There we go. I don't keep my bots in boxes, obviously, but I keep the boxes still. So, to enumerate the pieces that we should have in this beautiful package, let's bring our camera down a little bit so we can pan on everything. And let's move closer. There we are. So, we have the bot himself, most of it. What seems to be a ramp / maybe part of its tail. I'm going to find out with the instructions in a minute what we're looking at here exactly, but there's this piece. Then we have both of its heads, which both transforms in robot. So we have the big head and then the small head, which is basically the head of this guy, because he does turn into a robot, and so does he, and we're going to again come to that later in the review. Then there's this, which seems to be, I believe, a shield. We're going to, again, find out where this goes. And then the 2 cannons, which I believe are supposed to be on his shoulder. Potentially can go also on his arms. We're going to see how many pegs and where they can go. And then finally, we have the battle effects, which is a 3-piece. Basically, another piece like you get with Jetfire. Just 1 rather than 2 with him. All right. So without further ado, let's get into transformation. So bear with me, I never transformed him. It's a brand new bot in my collection. So I'm going to, decipher Hasbro's instructions here for you, because it's not always clear. And then we'll have some fun. So, starting in bot mode, let me take a look. Where does... I'm trying to figure one thing out for you guys. Give me 1 second. So that's where that goes. So, before we go any further, let's build the robot itself. So, the way it works, once they're in head mode, so let's transform this one very quickly because it's very easy. The other one I'll get to. Come on. They have 2 arms, I swear. There we go. So here is one. And you literally just pull the arms down on his body, fold his legs. And you're going to notice that he already has a face, so that forms the head. Now for this one, let me have a look what the instructions say. So the purple piece lifts up first. Then this piece gets, there's a purple engine there, so you just prop it forward. Then this piece from underneath pries up. The legs are pulled out and pulled down. Oops, I don't think that's supposed to do that. 1 second. The arms are supposed. There we go. So the arms come out like so. So the sides, the gray side entirely comes out like such. Those are going to be the arms. So these get pulled down, and the hands are in there. So let's pull the arms, pull down, pull the hands. The chest obviously comes back down. These purple panels in the faceplate come in a line. So there's, try to show here, there's a purple panel right here, and you just pull it straight. The horns are removed. What do we do with the back? I'm just trying to figure it out. Just 1 second. I guess we just clip the back the way it was. It doesn't really, yeah. So if you just press it back, so it was like kind of down, like, so when it's in helmet mode, it's like this. You just push it back until it kind of clips in a way, and then it stays straight. And then the horns are coming on each side. There's a tab in the horn, and then there's a slant on each side of the back piece. Come on. There's one. And there's 2. And then the head comes and sticks on. And then that gives you Headmaster, which I believe is named Zarek. I just don't know if that's the name of the little guy or the instructions don't really say that either. All right, so that's for the robot. So if we do it back, then we'll take this off. We will take the horns, put them back on. I don't know if I'm putting them on the right side. I'll see once the head is built. If they're not, I'll just switch them. So fold those purple panels back up. Perfect. Fold the hands in. Fold the forearms up and peg them. There's a little tab, a little peg hole and a peg there. Lift the chest open. Bring the arms back in. Like that. Then the legs. Actually, it should be like that. And then like this. It should. There we go. Become and encase the arm. There we go. Then the white piece pegs in there. We bring the back up and fold the purple piece down. And there we have it as a head mode. I'm going to put the headmaster back on because that's what's going to peg up there. There we are. Now our robot has a head. Oh, I don't think it's pegged properly. 1 second. Come on. See, that's the one thing I always have to, I seem to fight to have the Titan's head pegging. There we go. Was that supposed to be removed or not? I don't think it's supposed to stay there. Give me 1 second, I'll put it back. There's two little pegs. So the head seems to have some kind of movement. So just let me peg. Why? I built it the way it's supposed to. It's clearly supposed to come under the horns. There we go. There we are. It's just a tight fit, I guess. There we have it. Now it's pegged properly. So there's two slant on each side there where the bottom of the head's going to come peg into. And then if this piece, like mine, so the purple piece back here was to fall like yours, it's literally just two little peg. Just fit them with the horns and then peg it in. So that's where that goes. Oh, I just noticed one thing. There we go. We have a plastic tie there. And there's another one. Right there. There we go. Then this piece goes on his back. So let me make sure that I read that right. Just 1 second. Looks like it would go here, but oh, it's this piece here. So we bring this piece from the bottom, this flap comes up, pegs up here, and then, oops, this part hooks up into this part. Come on. I swear it does. There we go. And then folds on itself. Whoa, one sec. You're supposed to stay in there. It's not supposed to do that, but then it folds up on itself. Just like that. So it's kind of like a backpack. At that point, there's two things you can do with the shield. If he's not using the shield, there's two little pegs here, and it can be pegged in those holes to be held at the back, or you can have it on his forearm when he's using it as a shield, and I'll show in a minute. So that's where that goes. So flip them back around, and then these two guns are going on his shoulder as I expected. So over here. And over here. And he is impressive. I like it. There we are. And then if you actually want to make his shield. So, what did they tell me to do? This part comes off. Okay. So, the purple part is meant to come off of the legs on each side. Just be careful with it not to break the pegs. And then the two pieces come together. Let me figure out exactly how, but apparently they do. So 1 second. Or is it not this piece? Man, those instructions are never clear. I think it's just these ones. Yes. So these ones stay there. They're just, I guess, maybe they come off for another mode. But they're definitely designed like they're supposed to come off, just like that piece up here. That might be just a flaw in design. But that's what I thought, because it looked weird a little bit when I took it off, because it leaves a gap in the leg. So now that makes sense. So second. There we are. So all the do's and don'ts with this figure. So the two purple part that were stuck on here come together and form part of his shield. And then the other part is what we pegged back here. I think that might be a problem. I'll have to figure something out for that. And with the 4 pegs, here we go. They peg together and they become his forearm shield. And with the double peg there in the middle, comes in pegs on his forearm like such. And if we spin him around, you can use it to shield himself from fire. 1 second, that back part is really going to be annoying. I have to figure out, oh, I think I figured it out. There's 2 tabs. Okay, 1 sec. First, you have to stick where you're supposed to stick. I think I see why. I think mine has a defect. The peg on one side is definitely much longer than on the other. It doesn't hook in right. I might call Hasbro about that. They might not send me a replacement, but if they've been sending people on Facebook figures of the same price range, so I don't know. Maybe I'll try my luck on this one. I'll let you guys know and review it on the channel when it gets here. So this is Skorponok in its robot mode. So first, let's do the articulation while in robot. So we do have movement at the claws, both with each claw individually, but also the opposite claw. And 1 second, there's the claw here, and then there's a wrist movement as well. So it's really well articulated at that level. At the elbow, we have the 90-degree bend. We also have a rotation, which I'm sure in certain angles probably go 160 degrees, but right now because of the size it impairs, the movement. At the shoulder, we have an up and down. No rotation here. We do have rotation. Not exactly 360, but almost. There we go. The head on the swivel has a bit of an up and down. There's like the platform in the middle is oscillating basically. So that's it for the arms. Then we do have rotation at the torso. On the leg, let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, that's a ratchet as good as the upgrade kit that I had to put on my Fort Max to get the leg going that far. So that's one. So that's what we got for outward movement. Now, the leg goes 180 that way. We have a rotation above, and I think, oh no, not below. It felt like it was, but no, it's above over here. Ow! I just pinched myself. And then we have the knee with a double jointed knee. So it goes here and then here. So there's double joint there, and I'll do it from the side to show you better. So it bends here 90 degrees, or a bit more than 90. Come on. And then I'll hold the leg, bends again. So this one is really, really well articulated. And we do have an ankle tilt as well. Wow. I am impressed. He looked bulky in the stock pictures, but I am impressed. He is really nice, really neat. So let's get him into his other modes. So first of all, we'll have to take the head. Whoop. There goes that piece again. That's going to be definitely a grudge with that piece, that neck, whatever that is. So to turn him into base mode. So the shield parts all get removed. Even if they were stored on the back and on the legs, they would get removed for this step. So let's do that. The guns as well. Yay, part forming. Okay. Then The arms get... Okay, so the arms should be... Let's start in the right position. Like such. And like such. So they literally get flipped all the way up above the head. They're not facing each other, more like that. There we go. Okay. Exactly, they get spread apart. That's what we need to do. So just like that. Oh, I guess we do not remove the head for this mode. That's my bad. Let's see if I can fit it in without losing the purple piece. Yay! So if you fit the back in first and then slant the front, I guess it fits better. And remove it backwards that way. So the head actually gets flipped 180 degrees, so he looks technically backwards, I guess, but we'll see in a minute. And then we flip the torso this way. Because of that thingy. So it's supposed to come down like such. And this is supposed to be up onto it. No, it's supposed to be the other way. 1 second. Like that. Okay. So then oh, this is actually supposed to latch. 1 sec. Yeah, so on the crotch, there's a slant right here, and there's a tab on this lovely piece here, and they just connect with one another. Now we spread the scorpion legs. I mean, this is what we're doing here. We're making a scorpion. There we go. Oh. Bring this panel down to close the chest. Oh. I think I went a bit too far out there. Well, it kind of clicks, but doesn't stay click. So at this point, we lay him down. 1 sec. Yeah, we do. So this is where he goes. Try to keep. This is going to be a problem. So I'll fix that piece later. I'm going to work the rest around. So these get brought up. These get flattened. They clip in there. Come on. I think his legs are going to be his tail, from what I can tell. So this should be like that. There you go. It clicks down. These become open. Trying to line those up apparently. Well, I guess they should be a bit flatter. Leave them like that for now. So the feet come in. And then these ones lay down like this and like that. This is supposed to kind of stay out or hang, I don't know. So these come up. Something here. There. These come out, so they're a little black piece basically that's like folded in, so it just comes out. And then completely folds on itself. Whoops. And then these ones should clamp. So 1 second. So this should line up in order to clamp below rather than above this time. I see the peg on the leg. Or does it just hang? I think it might just hang. No, it says it should peg. But where? 1 second. This one should be pegging. I see the hole, but like now on the right side or something. That panel does not line up with the thigh, and there's no hole. It says that peg here on the corner of the purple panel should peg somewhere, but I don't see the hole for it. So 1 second, I'll study the instruction a bit further. That's why I do these reviews, to figure this out. So you guys don't have to. Oh, I'm sorry. These should have been extended, but should be folded back in when it's being transformed.
They should have been extended in robot mode, but they are not when he comes into the packaging. I miss a step. The legs. Trying to understand what they mean here. Is that all it was? Yeah, I don't think there's anything else there. Down. So what they're saying is it's supposed to go peg here. But I don't see, unless... One second, I think I found my problem. When you take pieces off, make sure that you put them back on the right side. Let's try this again. There we are. That was my bad. So when I took the piece off earlier, I put them back on the wrong sides. And that would have saved me some time. There we go. And there we are. So, as I was explaining, there's a peg here on the corner, there's a hole here, and you just do that on both sides. There we go. Then, now that we have that figured out, okay, so it's going to come and hold some other way. So, that's good. So that's going to be a saving. I'm still calling Hasbro in the morning. Okay, so it's supposed to be folded. So when you look on the side of your Skorponok, this part here that the tail, I guess, hooks onto, should be folded this part up and this part over, like a 90-degree angle. Can we see that? Yeah, perfect. Then the tail should be hooked the right way, and I will hold it until now. This panel here flips down. Can we see that? Nope. Okay, one second. Move over, Scorpy. Sec. Of course, my tripod now gets in the way. This is just not my day. There we go. So this panel here is extended like that. When you get it, it folds back like such. And then we're going to bring the tail. So you're going to see that there is two black clip here, and there's 2 tabs on the base of the tail. They're going to come and hook into each other. There's 1, there's 2. So that's going to hold that piece that keeps falling there at least. Then this will fold out. More like that. And this will fold out as well. Kind of like this. This will fold out like that. And then it's going to come to the front. So that's going to be his tail. And then the legs, just that's the one piece that we haven't set yet. So these basically should be like this. Same thing on the other side. Flat. We can spread them a little bit. Bring the claws in. There we are. And then to weaponize him, so these go back on his shoulders, I guess. One here. One there. Take this apart, and these go hook up. There's 2 pegs, 2 holes on the side of his legs. It's kind of like armor plating. I don't know if these are on the right side, but they both fit, so I'll say that it's good enough. And then this part, the shield, comes in a hook. Under here there's 2 pegs and 2 holes. You just line them up and it hooks right there underneath. And here we have it, folks, in his Scorpion mode. Let's give you a quick tour. It's easier to move the camera with this kind of beast. And so in Scorpion mode, in terms of articulations, I mean, we have the same thing at the claws as we had in robot mode. Bend 90 degrees, rotation, and then same claw bending at both joints, and then individual claws. The legs themselves for the Scorpion don't really move, but I do have an upgrade kit that's going to be coming that's going to make those legs much better. And then the rest, well, I mean, it's a Scorpion. It basically drags itself on the ground. So that's what this mode really is. It doesn't have, you know, a whole lot of excitement, except that it really looks good. Now we're going to get him into base mode. So from the Scorpion, we unfold these. Yeah, we leave those on. So we unfold those, like there. Come on. In there. Then we angle the legs. Oops, well, let's let the tail fall for now. I'll figure it out after. And apparently this panel here raises up. Oh, I'm sorry. These are the steps to where to put the Battle Masters. He would sit right in here, this would come down, and that would be his little cockpit. So that would still be in Scorpion mode. I'm so sorry. Again, it's confusing. Hasbro has never had really clear instruction. They should make them colored, maybe. Like actual, like instead of black, white, and some kind of color for the piece that they move, they should make them like full color instructions. I think it would make things a lot easier. And like actual pictures rather than drawings. So like, show us what you mean with the actual figure. Alright, so for transforming it in base mode, just like in the first place, we take away all the mobile parts. Guns, shields, and claw shield. Okay, even the head in this case comes off. There we go. Then we make the scorpion toe straight and then flatten the legs. So, straight toes and flatten the legs. Just like that. And we're literally going to refold the tail in itself. So this one, because I have separated at the moment, might as well. So we basically do this in reverse. With this part. So the legs are getting folded up at the knee, I believe, ratchet, and then the legs are being spread out like such. Those two are brought together like that. Then the legs. Oh. What level do they twist? Give me 1 second. Yeah, it's at the waist. They go down like such. Or at the hip, sorry, that's what I mean. And you bend them, apparently bring them back up. I don't know why they make us do it that way, but oh, it's because it's not. Okay, I see. It's not spinning at the same articulation. So the first one spins here at the hip, and then the other one spins at the waist.
or not at the waist, sorry, at the tie. The way I want to spin at the waist. And then they are brought flat down. Okay. These are folded back down. Those are extended. Folded and folded. Folded and folded. So you basically fold the purple piece up, the green piece down. So it forms an L shape along the leg. So far, so good. And the ramps that are hidden in the legs, or in the feet, I guess, gets unfold. Oh, this thing is massive. It's gonna be like Triptychon and take my whole freaking living room. Okay. So then I guess this thing is supposed, the purple piece underneath flips back up, comes back to the front. This thing gets hooked onto it because it's supposed to stay hooked onto it. And then oh, it's at the back. Sorry, I have it at the wrong end. So no, it stays back there, but so let's bring this the other way. Hooks on like this, and then this big square peg right here comes and hooks up in this section. Skorponok right there, and that becomes the ramp on. Okay. Then it gets rotated at the shoulders. Gets brought in, gets brought in. It has to be straight and shut, but with the claws, the two singular claws extended. Then this moves like this. This moves like this. Then the guns each get one of the purple piece that were on the legs, and then it comes and hooks to the forearm. So there's two holes underneath the gun and one peg, and there's two peg and one hole on the forearms. So you just line all these up and put it there to the front. So again, the two pegs at the end, the two holes in the guns, and then two holes, one peg, two pegs, one hole. There we go. Oh, actually,
I too high? 1 second. That's too high. Their instruction seem to say that the 2 pegs over here should hook up in the 2 pegs at the top of the forearm, but it's way higher. Let me see if I can figure that one out. Have them on the right side. Let me see if I'm maybe pegging them. I think I'm too high on the gun. There's 2 sets of holes. Yep, that's it. So you need to use the set that's a little higher so that the shield can peg into the other set right here. I'm gonna try to be careful not to break my gun. Come on. 1 sec. Ouch. This is really solid in there. There we go. So again, the higher set over here, and that allows the shield to peg. There we go. Perfect. Then this part lifts up. This hooks onto it. There we go. This part lifts up and kind of like basically pegs in there. Not pegs, but fits. Oh, I see. The head goes in here. Actually, this should be closed. That's why. So the head goes in here, and then the panel closes back over, and that hides the Titan head. And there it is. So if I put it in a position where, there we go, all ramps are touching somewhere. This is base mode Skorponok. And I'm going to give you a 360 look. And then from the back, here you have it, folks. And it is definitely beautiful and awesome. For a quick size comparison, I guess, let me grab Legend, Upcap, Deluxe, Sideswipe, Voyager Optimus, and I guess Leader Optimus. So here's same line Leader class, same line Voyager class, same line Deluxe. They call it Deluxe, but this is more of a Legend class. And then, obviously, give me 1 second. I'm going to use a Battlemaster as well. If I can get to transform it, there we go. And this is a Battlemaster. So in terms of size comparison, so you can see what it looks like with the different figures. So he is massive. He is beautiful. I love the colors. I love the detailing. I love the way it was built, the articulation. That purple piece at the neck is my one grudge, but the rest is awesome. So if you were on the fence about this figure, if you were thinking about it, even if you weren't, and now you are, I totally recommend it for the collection. One of the best, if not the best, Titans that they have come out with so far. And there is already 2 upgrade kits available, which I'm getting my hands on through a good friend of mine in Ottawa. And once I get them, I will review them here on the channel. But Jody Hucks, go check him out. Retro Jodes on Facebook. He has great inventory, great prices, a really good guy, and he's getting me those upgrade kits. I cannot wait. So if you like the review, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of new content. This is Optimus Prime 86 rolling out.